Good morning, everybody. This is Mike Ernie from massrealestate.net and newhampshirerea.org. We've got an important workshop tomorrow, January 9th, Saturday, January 9th, from 9 to 3 p.m. And Bill Noel will be talking to us. Now, this is especially important because I feel if you haven't updated your asset protection and reviewed your tax strategies, this is the time to do it. Now, let me do a quick screen share. Google. Okay, to show you guys what's going on, our legislature and governor are working hard to help somebody. And I don't think it's people with real estate. For instance, I got this from Mass Landlords 2 days ago. And it talks about the law that our governor is trying to put through. In fact, he stayed up until 4:42 a.m. to put this through. And key to this bill is the right of first refusal, which means if you have rental real estate, you have to give your tenants 6 months to possibly buy your property before you can offer it to anyone else. And if you go through this link, you'll see there's the bill and who to contact. But the bill is 101 pages. I don't want anyone to go through that. Just hit Control F, put in right of first refusal. That means the tenants have the first right to buy your property. And you'll see there's at least 10 instances of that. I don't think it's helpful to our business. The other thing that I received, and I have a lot of friends up in New Hampshire and a bunch of friends that are buying up there. And they always say, come on up to New Hampshire, buy there. You know, and I've got a company there, but I don't have real estate right now there. And they say it's like the Wild West. Well, one of the the director of legislative affairs, he's asked me to volunteer and help go through the bills that are proposed in New Hampshire. Okay, and right now here's the Wild West with no controls, right? Right now, they're trying to put through 175 bills identified as potentially affecting real estate. And 13 of them are special concern. So if you don't think New Hampshire is trying to follow behind Massachusetts with all these laws and rules, then you're crazy. But back to tomorrow. Tomorrow on Saturday, I'm excited that Attorney Bill Noel, the CPA, is going to tell us about asset protection, how to protect our properties, and tax strategies. And there's some advanced tax strategies you guys may not be aware of. So let me introduce Attorney Bill Noel. Here you go, Bill.
Thank you, Mike. Hello, everyone at massrealestate.net. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow's presentation. By the way, for those of you who did not get to see the presentation we did about 10 days ago, you'll be able to learn more during our full day presentation on Saturday. So what I get really excited about during my full day presentation is the fact that we're going to spend several hours doing a deep dive into the tax strategies most applicable to real estate investors and how to minimize those taxes. If you're someone who buys and sells property with frequency, you want to learn how to avoid being what's called a dealer by accountants. The fact of the matter is, too many accountants treat their clients as dealers and their clients don't even realize it. And this puts them in a terrible tax position. We're going to show you how you can maximize your real estate losses as a landlord by identifying yourself as what's known as a real estate professional. We're going to show you the strategies to take maximum depreciation deductions, which creates a huge income tax shield when you first purchase rental properties. We're going to talk, of course, about the ability to perform a 1031 exchange, what it takes to perform a 1031 exchange, why we think that's the key to ultimately growing what I call generational wealth in your family. You'll learn about how to avoid paying capital gains tax on highly appreciated properties with the right estate planning strategy. So we're going to talk about qualified opportunity zones, and I'm going to take questions throughout. one of my objectives when I speak is to keep things interesting. I realize that most people find taxes to be dull, dry, complicated.
No, you're not dry and complicated.
Well, thank you, Mike. I think, you know, the people that saw me a few weeks ago would say the same thing. I can promise you that I will keep this energetic, dynamic, interactive. We will take questions to a much greater extent than I was able to the last time through the Zoom chat box. Mike will be there to kind of help coordinate that with me. So, you know, what you're going to learn is these tax strategies that, you know, what I'm going to say is third and fourth generation real estate families have used to legally avoid most taxes. And I'm going to get really excited about teaching those things. We're also going to get back into asset protection. You know, it's critical to have an actual plan in place to protect your personal assets from the claims of third-party creditors of your business, of your real estate. We're going to teach you the proper documentation that you want to have in place to prevent veil piercing. We're going to show you the best strategy for giving you the opportunities to take maximum tax deductions, getting flow-through tax treatment, while ultimately dramatically reducing the chances of an IRS audit. So I'm excited to talk about those things. I will be talking on Saturday about how usually accountants give advice for people selling properties to use an S-Corp, and how I don't believe that's most of the time the best strategy. I'll be talking about that in depth on Saturday. So we're really going to get into the nuts and bolts. And as I mentioned to Mike and his the people that participated a week or so ago, the fact of the matter is my job is not being a national speaker. My job is running a CPA firm where half of our clients happen to be real estate investors. So I like to tell people, I'm the guy who eats his own cooking. Everything I talk about in my seminar, I am implementing with my clients who are real estate investors on an annual basis. And I do, of course, maintain both a CPA and an attorney's license at the same time, which is a nightmare from a continuing education standpoint, but one of the things you got to do. The end of the day, Mike, I get really excited to talk about a even greater asset protection strategy. We call it equity stripping, where in essence, we create the appearance on the public record that whatever properties you have in a particular entity, there is no equity. Because what I can tell people is, if there is no equity, then cases, if filed at all, will be settled simply for insurance money. And that I, as a former plaintiff's attorney, I will explain to people that what plaintiff's attorneys try to do if they're considering settling is figure out what the net worth of the entity is. Where there is no net worth, what do? They take whatever the insurance company is going to offer them. So I'm going to teach that equity stripping strategy also on Saturday. So I want to thank Mike. I hope that you can spend the time to see our presentation. It'll be starting at 9 o'clock. Please get started on time. You know, I'm going to take questions throughout the presentation. You might want to take some notes, write fast, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow. So that's about it, Mike. Thanks, and looking forward to tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Bill. Guys, it's going to be a Zoom meeting. The link is on our website, massrealestate.net. And Bill mentions continuing education units, which he has to take to maintain his professional licenses. If there was a CEU requirement for people that had rental real estate, it would be this seminar this Saturday from 9 to 3. And we're going to cover a lot of important stuff. And let's start the year out just right. Thanks, Bill. See you then.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.